Good afternoon. This is Keith Brown with Commodity Consulting in Moultrie, Georgia, on a very sweltering day with some commodity comments for you. It's about 3 o'clock, not quite, 2:50 Eastern Time, and we had some sweltering markets today. USDA put out supply-demand numbers, essentially negative to the grains, but obviously positive to cotton, so we'll get right to it. December cotton definitely broke out to the upside today. We closed over 88 cents today. We had a 400-point trading range from high to low. And new crop December stands at 88.07 up 289. USDA cut the beginning stocks number 4 million bales. They cut the crop. That's the cotton you boys are growing right now, or trying to grow, from 14 million bales down to 13.5. They unfortunately lowered export potential 500,000, but nonetheless, ending stocks went from 3 million down to 2.6 million. And the world numbers, world carryout last month was like 92.7 million. That came in like 92.4, 92.3, so not much of an adjustment right there. Anyway, the cotton market looked at that, loved it, broke out to the upside, knowing that Texas is going to cook for the next 6 to 10 days with hot and dry temperatures, and we're experiencing some of that right here in the Georgia cotton belt as well. As a matter of fact, those heavy rains from Andre actually washed some fields pretty good last week, and now we're going to bake them. Over in the grains, we were down 8 cents in corn. It could have been worse than it was. USDA did lower the 13-14 carryout just a little bit. Last month was 2 billion. This month, like 1.94. They were looking for 1.75. So higher than what they were looking for, but lower than the actual number. And yet we still have the planted acres to go at the end of this month, as well as the quarterly grain stocks. Wheat today, I thought those numbers were friendly for wheat, so I must have misread them. But anyway, wheat was down. Spot July 683, down about 14 cents. Still suffering, I think, from competition from foreign entities such as Ukraine and Russia and some wheat areas around that Black Sea. Over in the beans today, they were left unchanged, really, 125 million bushels. July beans were sharply higher at one time, sharply lower at one time, and really finished up 1/4 cent. While November beans were down about 12 cents, 13.14. So, all in all, we basically dodged the supply-demand numbers. We're not going to have another major move until we see what these grain stocks and planted acres numbers are out on the last day of this month, which I think is Friday the 28th. So that'll be a raucous day. We'll continue to watch the weather. Have a little cool down in Chicago right now, but to the west of there, it's going to get pretty hot, so something to watch for. Stock market sharply lower today, as well as the U.S. dollar, so we'll keep that in tabs. Exports tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, give us a call, 1-800-910-1910. Thanks for listening.